Tears of a warrior. All she ever wanted was you this whole time. All the side perks are just like dirt compared to the pearl that you are, but you've been throwing it to swine. He who finds a wife obtains favor, but what if instead of a prize, she's seen as a trophy? Then he feels no reward inside, and instead of purpose, it's just anger. Instead of joy, it's just pride. Then it's a price she's gotta pay for. It's unfair and it ain't right. He just wants to give her the world, not knowing he could be everything she's never had. And since the world is untamable, he comes home just mad. He takes it out on her, which contradicts the motives he says he has. Clearly he doesn't understand. And what if he don't see himself as a prize? Now he's competing for the bag, self-conceit and arrogance. Preach less of me and more of him, but what we see is different. It affects all of us. We're praying for you, crying for you, dying for you, living for you, coming against our X-Factor spirits and asking for help, looking to the hills, keeping our minds stayed on things above, but you keep lowering us back down, and it gets harder. Looking for peace, looking for solace. Within him is so much anguish, it's intolerable. Silent suffering to the max as teardrops falls down on the notepad of his heart, searching for the words to express the state that he's in. And no one would listen anyway, so how do I muster up the strength? I'm trying. Some reason of life is zapped and I find myself lashing out, frustrated, disconnected, and no capacity for grace and mercy I wanna give. It slips. I'm slipping. And teardrops keep flowing down the cheeks of a queen in the inner chambers of her palace. No maidservants, no malice towards anybody, but she's unable to tell her soul. It's a royal secret. And it flows, and it flows, and it flows. The night spent squeezed and pushed and tossed and turned and abandoned within the same mansion. The living quarters are beautifully decorated, so no one knows the pain in her heart. All they see is the diamonds glimmering off of her crown and gold-plated throne. There's no way it's shown, cause she's a warrior queen. And she's had to be strong her whole life. The tears of a warrior drop like bombs when they hit, though no one can hear the explosion. The castle walls hide the lack of life with colors of vibrant whites and blues. The hues are dim, but only the two know the truth. It only reflects the condition of the soul of those entombed. The tears of a warrior reveals themselves through the children who've seen too many glimpses pretending to be oblivious until it hits them raw in front of company, summing up the atmosphere in front of them, leaving them speechless. The daughter, unable to hold back any longer, tears flowing down the cheeks of this beautiful princess, light shining off of her tiara, desperate for any encouragement they had to offer. Sitting before an audience of a general and the royal army, even he can't help but soften under the new reality while watching the vibrant walls suddenly seeming darker. Tears bleeding water, the flood of emotions pouring out and falling onto his stripes of many colors, of rank. The reds now darken into browns as he lowers his brows, hand over his mouth, his warrior spirit turned gentle giant. As his biggest fight is now the tears he wishes he didn't know the taste of. The tears of many warriors. Now joined in a moment that feels timeless, still conscious, though lost in a feeling that reels all of us in the water of our own tears like Phil Collins. It's in the air tonight, but we still drowning. Many years and still counting. Many tears and still standing, even though no one can see the true tears. All they see is the ability to fight for the kingdom. This warrior already been cut so deep. The problem is both have a mission to complete. One of them doesn't even see it all, just like everyone else, even though he's the reason we see.